How are y'all doing? Today I'm going to try to do a little video on starting some tomato and pepper seeds. This this video is not uh, the one I was wanting to uh, edit and put out, but I'm going to show you the good and the bad. Um, I was going to do a comparison with the baggie and a paper towel method. I've got some friends that have tried it in the baggie with the paper towel. They've tried it with the cotton ball, and according to them, they've had great success. So I was wanting to give this a try. Never tried it before. It's something new to me. So what I did was I took some baggies, just like this one here, and I took a piece of paper towel that I folded in half, and I placed some seeds in. There's one right here. These are San Marzano tomatoes. I did this on February the 7th. I also did a pack of Cherokee purples, and I also did some Jimmy Nordello peppers. Now, you could probably see that these paper towels look yucky. Now, it has been 2 weeks since I set these pepper seeds and tomato seeds in the baggies. And I would come out and I'd check them every few days. The paper towels do not separate very well, the type that I've used anyway. There might be another variety out there that would do better, but these, they're just coming apart and they do not open up. And I have not found any seeds that were sprouted. Now, I have come across one or two that were beginning to pip out, but that was it. Out of 2 weeks, there was nothing going on. I know peppers take quite a bit longer than tomatoes to germinate, but even with the tomatoes, I'm not getting anything. Now, I did a control with the Cherokee purples. Um, I went ahead and put some seeds in some seed starting mix and put it in one of these little containers like you get at the dollar store or the Dollar Tree. And it's real cheap. Nothing special. With some seed starting mix. I did not get them all covered properly. There was a lot that were germinating on top of the dirt, and were not getting anchored down. So I had come through, picked those out, and put those in a 72 cell uh, tray like this one here. I'll show them to you here in just a moment. But excuse me. But other than the ones that were on top of the soil, everything else has been germinating pretty good. I've got a high uh, success rate with them. Now, I came in and checked them a few days ago and forgot to cover them back up with the lid. And this room that I'm using here, it has an air conditioner in here to serve as a dehumidifier, which dried out my tomatoes. And when I came in, they was all laying down flat. I thought they were all dead. So I went ahead and watered them, put the lid back on, and placed them back on top of the heat mat. And you can see that they've they've come up pretty nicely. There's a few that are that didn't make it, but yeah, they're they did really well. I can't say so much for the paper towels in the baggy method. So I'll try them some other time. Um, it's already really late for starting tomatoes and peppers, but I just wanted to do this video. So, but today, what I'm going to show you is how to take these little seedlings out of the little container here and pot them up. And what I'll start out doing is I'll fill up my square um, peat pots here. I picked these up at a local feed store. As you can see, some of them's got some dirt and trash in them. Uh, those are being recycled from a previous season. I had some that they didn't make it, or for some reason they died. So I'm going to reuse that pot. So what I'm going to do is I've got my potting mix over here. Now this is not a seed starting mix. This has a little bit of compost and peat moss, vermiculite, um, and there's a little bit of sand in this as well. So I'm going to be using that to take these little seedlings and transplant them. So what I normally do is I'll take my, I'm not sure how much of this is in the shot here, but I'll just take and I'll fill up all of my peat pots. Now you want to make sure your soil is well hydrated. Now I like to come through and press my potting mix down. This is fairly fluffy. I like to press it down. And then I'll come back and I'll fill it again. Okay, now I've got my peat pots all filled up with their potting mix, and they're all pressed down and nice and firm. Got plenty of soil in there. Um, I'll just use my finger. I'll make a little hole just like that. I mean, it's not very deep. And they're really simple. I've got this soil is fairly wet, so everything comes out of it real easy, but you don't grab the stem. There is a chance that you could mash the stem and damage the plant. So you take the first leaves that come out and you just grab them and you just gently pull up. See, they just come out real easy and nice little root system there. And I just run that all the way down to the bottom of the hole, bring it in. There, that's done. And we'll stick that in there. Go for the next one. Make a hole, pick out one that you kind of like, because I've got several here. So we'll go with this one here. Now that one didn't get a very good root system, but I think it will still make it. So we'll just go ahead and stick it on down in there. You can see that one. I don't know if you how well you can see it with the camera, but it's all the way up to the leaves. So that's great. It'll let it develop roots all the way down that stem in that soil. But they're really simple. You don't have to worry about damaging them. They're pretty tough. Um, just don't grab the stem, grab the leaves, and gently, don't yank, just gently lift up. See, now I pulled up 3 on this one, and you can just tease those apart. Just grab another one by the leaves and gently pull it apart like that. I'll set those 2 off to the side, stick this one on down, press my soil in, and set it to the side. Start my hole, pick these back up. Set that one over there, that one down, and it's done. Some of these are already putting out their true leaves. As you can see how small these are, I'll show you the ones that I took out. It's probably been almost a week ago that were germinating on top of the soil, and I'll let you see the difference in those, and I'll let you see the difference in the ones I potted up from last night. There is a big difference in just 24 hours. Uh, these really grow well once you get them out where they got some soil and can grow. So I won't make y'all watch all of this. So um, we'll be back just as soon as I get these potted up. All right, we have finished potting up uh, 18 of these little Cherokee purples, and there's still several in there. There's some that I've just kind of discarded because the root system was small. They'll be fine. They'll grow off just like the others, but I've got more than what I need. So, these are just in case. So, but after you finish potting them up, I like to take out one of the little pots, and that makes room for me to be able to water them. Now, you want to water from the bottom, and I'll take and I'll fill it up until they're probably um, a third, about a third of the way covered with water. Then I'll take this one and I'll place it back in. Um, this is just regular rainwater, and there's a little bit of dirt that washes off of these pots. After I let it soak for 30 minutes or so, I'll wait until all of the pots are they'll change color. They will look like this one here. This is one I potted up last night. As you can tell, the soil is wet. Actually, it's dripping a little bit. I just drained these out uh, not too long ago. So there is still water in the bottom of this tray that from all of the cups draining down. So I'll have to empty that tray again after they kind of drain the water out of each cup. Now, the ones that I took out of the container whenever they were sprouting on top of the soil and put them in the 72 cell, this is what they look like now. There is a big difference. These are the same age as those. All of these over here are Cherokee purple. Now, they are kind of squatted down and going all different ways because where I had them, the light was right on top of them. And so they never did start reaching. They just started growing their true leaves. So um, I'll I'll raise the light up to make them start stretching a little bit and make them come up a little more. Now, these three over here, these are peppers. Um, these were done the same way as the Cherokee purples. I had the little packet just like this, and none of those sprouted. And I did a control in a small container, one of these little Glad containers like you pick up at Walmart. And I took those three. I had 4 seeds in here. 3 of the 4 germinated. Now, I took the ones out of the paper towel bag, since they have not germinated, and I went ahead and put them in this Glad container. These seeds, I special ordered them, and there was only 10 seeds per pack. And so that's all I have was the 10 seeds. And I'd like to get these going so I can collect some seeds for the next season or the next couple seasons. Actually, the seeds for these Cherokee purples came from one that I raised actually from 2020. These seeds were from 2020, and I have over 80% germination. So they're still good and viable. And I just washed them, floated them, and let them dry on a paper towel, raked them up, put them in a little Ziploc bag, and kept them in a dark, cool place in my closet until this year. So they're doing really well. While I'm thinking about it, can't remember if I mentioned that some of these pots here were reused, because I had several that had died. And so I took the dirt and I put it back in my container here, and I reused it. This was not supposed to be seed starting material. So undoubtedly I mixed some seed starting material in this batch of dirt. And on your seed starting material, you don't want to reuse it for starting seeds, because if you do, there is a chance that there is a seed in there that just did not germinate. Now, in this container here, I am trying to get some ginseng to sprout. But if you look down in there, there is a plant growing. That is not ginseng. That looks to be like a tomato. I do not know what kind of tomato that's going to be. When I was starting seeds in this dirt, I was growing those yellow pear Tommy Toad type tomatoes. I had Cherokee purples. I had Better Boys. I had those Sun Globes. I had San Marzanos. I had a couple other things. So there's no telling what this is, but I'm going to let it go, and I'll put it out in the garden, and I'll just see which one it is. I'll be happy with either one. So I'll probably take it out in the next day or so and put it in a pot by itself. Right now, I just don't have a spot to place it, and I do not want to get it mixed in with these others, because some of these tomatoes I'll be giving away to family and friends. So I'd like to keep this one for myself to find out what it is. It might be something I've been trying to, collect seeds from and failed. Guys, I've got a big project coming up. I'm not going to disclose what it is at the moment, but if you would subscribe and hit the notifications button, and it'll let you know next time I post a video. And be looking for what we have in store. I think you'll enjoy it. It's going to be a big endeavor. So if you would, hit that notifications button. Thank you.